After a 2 years hibernation, the Devil of Hell Kitchens returns to the small screen in spectacular style. Hey guys, welcome back. Let me check this out. Actually, I can't do this the whole video. Alright, that's better. Hey guys, welcome back to another TV show review, and today we're going to talk about Daredevil Season 3. I've been waiting for so long, it's been 2 years, and the moment I hear that theme song, that dun 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 dun, I knew that was the moment. And not only did Daredevil return with a really good Season 3, this might be the best one. This might be even better than Season 2 and 1. In this season, we find Matt Murdock rejecting his identity, rejecting the lawyer's size of his life, and basically telling everyone to stay away from him. The people that get close to me, they get hurt, so just stay as far away from me as possible. And from now on, I am no longer Matt Murdock. I am Daredevil. That is who I am. The mask and the disguise, that's not really a disguise. That is who he is. And in many ways, the lawyer and the suit and the glasses, that's his disguise. Matt Murdock is his disguise. That is one of the reasons why I love this season so much. Although the fightings, they are great. Like the fight scene, the choreography, they are amazing. But it is still a character piece, like the inner conflict within Matt Murdock. That is the core of this season. And the character of Matt Murdock is once again played superbly by Charlie Cox. This guy, he is a gem of an actor. The way he portrayed this character, there's so much layers, so complex. And Charlie Cox's performance added so much humanity to this character. In this season, we also saw the return of Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. They actually call him the Kingpin at some point in the season, and that made me so happy. Now, to be completely honest, I was never a big Kingpin fan, when I read the Spider-Man and the Daredevil comics, or when I saw him in the animated shows. Vincent D'Onofrio turns in what is to me his best performance ever. There are glimpses of the comic Kingpin that you remember, but at the same time, this is an updated, a modern version of the Kingpin. This Wilson Fisk is not motivated by greed or power. He's a man motivated by love. His love for Vanessa, that's what keeps him going. And that's what makes this character so brilliant. Like, you hate him. Like, he's done all these terrible stuff. Like, you hate him. You want him to die. But at the same time, you understand, like, from a human perspective, you could see where he's coming from. Like, there's a part of me that kind of empathize with Wilson Fisk. And after this season of Daredevil, he is officially one of the greatest villains ever put on the small screen. Karen and Foggy spend most of the season by themselves, working on their own things. Karen has her journalism career, and Foggy, he has his sort of political career. And I thought it was a really smart move to split them up like that, to see how they manage without the other. See how difficult it is for Matt to be without Karen and Foggy, and vice versa. There is one episode which tells the origin story of Karen Page. And, on paper, that might sound like a really terrible idea. I mean, like, Daredevil doesn't really appear until, like, the very end of the episode. Like, that whole episode, they spent that whole episode just telling the backstory of Karen Page. And, like again, if you hand that script to the CW, they're gonna mess it up. But watching that episode, I was never bored. Like, I was super engaged. I was really invested in the story, and it added a whole lot of layers to the character of Karen Page, and I really love that episode. Season 3 also introduced 2 new characters. One of them is Special Agent Nadeem, or Ray Nadeem. At first, I didn't know how to feel about it. I thought he was just kind of like just a cop. Another throwaway character, but the more time I spent with him, and really got to see who this guy is, and like what his motivation is, and like what is his role in this story, and he kind of grew on me. And he has a really cool, even though kind of short, but really cool arc that add a lot to the overall plot. And the second new character is Bullseye, aka Poindexter, Ben Poindexter. Wilson Bethel is an absolute gangster. Like, he played this role so well, and I cannot wait to see more of him in the Netflix series, or, by now I feel like it's gonna be the Disney Plus series. I like Bullseye a lot. As a villain, I think he's really cool. But that costume and that premise, I don't know how it's gonna look like in a live action TV show. We saw we saw what they did in that Ben Affleck movie. This Bullseye is very different. He is very similar to Wilson Fisk, a terrible person, an absolute psychopath. But you empathize with him. Like there's this one episode where they tell the origin story of Bullseye and how he came to be, and like what happened to him when he was a kid and whatnot. And you really, like, you hate him, but you feel for him at the same time. Like, that's what make these villains of these Netflix shows so great, because at the end of the day, they are all humans. Like, they are really, really horrible humans, really flawed humans, but still humans. Like, there is something about them that make you go, oh, I could kind of see myself in this character, even though he is horrible. He is a psychopathic killer who enjoy, throwing things and killing birds and whatnot. It was really fucked up, but at the same time, it is so human. You guys probably know this by now, but in episode 4, they have a 10-minute sequence of one take. There was no cut. Maybe there was cut, but they made it they made it so it looks like there was no cut. And it was hella impressive, okay? Like, it was some of the best TV I've seen in the decades. It was so well done. It was so intense. I happen to believe that these people, they spend like 50% of their budget on the stunt team, because the fight scenes in this show is second to none. Like, it's got to be some of the best, if not the best, fight choreographed on TV right now. Like easily the best fighting on TV. It is the perfect mix of beautiful martial art and just downright brutal and gritty street fight. The filmmakers, they allow the audience to really see and appreciate the work that the stunt people and sometimes the actors put on. The season started off a bit slow, but not in a boring kind of way, but more of a taking their time developing the story, developing the character, reintroducing the characters. You are not for 1 second bored in this season. And like, I think after episode 3 or 4, it was just wide knuckles, like edge of your seat stuff until the very end. The 3rd season of Daredevil is an extremely welcome return to the small screen, and it reclaims its place as the greatest superhero TV show of all time. Daredevil Season 3 gets a 10 out of 10. Hey guys, before I end this video, I just want to take a couple of minutes to talk about someone who has inspired me so much to become an entertainer, to become an actor, to become a YouTuber, and he has created so many stories, and in those stories, so many characters that has had a big impact on my life. And that man is Stan Lee. If you've been following the news, you would know that he has sadly passed away today, actually. I came home from school and I, opened my phone and looked at social media, and the first thing that I saw was Stan Lee passing. And it was just a big bummer, man. Like, it's always been a dream of mine to one day meet Stan Lee. He is such, an incredible man, and incredibly intelligent and smart and so influential. And, without him, we would never get the X-Men or Spider-Man or the Avengers. And, in today's world, his creation is dominating pop culture all over the world. And, today, the world lost one of its finest. So I just want to say rest in peace, Stan Lee, you're the man. Excelsior. And in the comment section, let me know what is your favorite moments of Stan Lee on TV, in movies, in comics, anywhere. Or if you're one of those people lucky enough to have actually met him, tell me about that story in the comment section. I would love to hear it. And if you got a chance to see Daredevil Season 3, let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And if you enjoyed my review, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more reviews like this. With that being said, I'll see you soon.